today's class. So the principle to be adapted for learning science is CA square. C stands for conceptual ability. A stands for analytical conceptual thoroughness. C stands for conceptual thoroughness. A stands for analytical ability. Second A stands for application skills. So any scientific principle will evolve in these three stages. Unfortunately, as I said yesterday, even many of the teachers, not only in Andhra, Telangana, across the country, because I worked at various places in country, and even I have seen the teachers teaching +2 classes in Gulf countries, where they are focusing only the mucking up of definitions and statements of laws, listing out the formulae, and doing some exercise problems and claiming that they have completed the things. Yesterday, even I told you about one faculty in Hyderabad who was so popular among the students. He was listing around 10 formulae on the right hand side corner. Each formula, he was selecting two problems and completing. So, almost 20 problems in one session of the JE class, and people were very happy. Uh, that is the trend. Children are not bothered to learn the concept. If you are thorough with the concept and your analytical ability, mind has got excellent analytical skills, will help you to answer every question that you face. So, the motto of learning should be that. Second thing is, I told you at this point also yesterday, even if you do 10,000 questions in the class in each subject, 10,001 to 10,025 will come in the JE exam. So, how can you take it for granted that listing selected models and doing again and again, that will be very good. The method of solving the problem will be registered in your mind, but if the concept is slightly modified, then the mind fails to analyze. So the soul of physics especially is the conceptual thoroughness, and the mind of physics is analytical skills and the analytical ability. Application skills is just physical application of the formulae and concepts what you have studied. So now let us proceed further. Yeah, this is where we stopped. I gave a simple example also. I'll try to elaborate it and proceed further. So I gave you an example yesterday, that is example to how to apply this principle what I said yesterday. Because I'm a physics lecturer, I'm focusing only on physics formula. Energy equivalent of a mass m is given by E is equal to mc square. For example, suppose if you are having uranium 235, this is a fuel used in Apsara reactor in Bark, Baba Atomic Research Center. It's there in Trombay. So when uranium undergoes fission, we'll get energy, and some mass disappears in this. That disappeared mass is given as 0.2253 atomic mass units. And if you want to convert into some atomic mass units to kilograms, you have to multiply that with 1.6 and 10 to the power of minus 27 kilograms. So substitute this in this 0.2253 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 27 atomic mass units to kilograms into 3 into 10 to the power of 8 whole square. So if you do all these multiplications and simplify, we'll be getting it as some 200 billion electron volts, million electron volts. So this is how we calculate energy equivalent. Suppose this is for the uranium nucleus whose speed is almost negligible, velocity is negligible. Suppose means velocity is 0 or very much less than c, this formula is applicable. Suppose if the velocity is comparable to c, for example, beta particle is there. Beta particle can move with 1/10 of speed of light, and positron can move with 0.1 to 0.99 speed of light. Like this, there are many atomic and subatomic particles whose speeds will be comparable to the speed of light. In that case, mass is not constant. Normally, till 10th class, you learn that mass of any particle is constant. But according to the Einstein's theory of relativity, mass is also not constant. It is variable, and the mass varies according to the formula m is equal to m0 by root of 1 minus v square by c square. So if you simplify this, this formula becomes m0 into 1 plus v square by 2c square, means m will be greater than m0. So what it says, whenever any material particle moves with the speeds comparable to speed of light, then the mass of the material particle will increase. This you can understand only if you have the conceptual thoroughness and analytical ability. If he says a positron is moving with the speeds equal to 0.75 times the speed of light, v is given to be 0.75 c. And what is energy equivalent means? Suppose if you take m as 9 into 10 to the power minus 31, you're wrong. The reason is the speed of the positron is comparable to speed of light. Hence, you have to estimate the mass of the positron when its speed is comparable to speed of light. Then you substitute. So this is called analysis. One more example. Yeah, if you want, you can note it down. You'll have an idea. What is concept? Concept is the energy equivalent of a mass is given by E is equal to mc square. Means whenever any mass is created or annihilated, it will have some energy equivalent, and according to Einstein's mass energy equivalence, E is equal to mc square. This whole thing is concept. Analysis is if the particle is at rest, directly you can apply the formula. If the atomic or subatomic particle speeds are comparable to speed of light, then mass no longer remains constant. Mass keeps on increasing. Therefore, all these things are coming from analysis. Then you have to apply the formula after applying analysis in solving the problem. I'll give you one more example on this. You need, of course, mathematical skills also to solve the problems. This is the example I referred yesterday because due to running time, we concluded little fast. That's why I did it once again. Second example is we have a formula for S is equal to known formula to you. Simple formula. You can easily understand. S is equal to ut plus half at square. Means the displacement, this is the concept I am telling. The displacement described by a body while moving with uniform acceleration. The displacement described by a body having uniform acceleration in a given interval of time t seconds is given by S is equal to ut plus half at square concept. This is, see, analysis. Analysis. Suppose you're given a particle is moving along x-axis and initially it is at a distance of some 2 meters from the origin. It is at a distance of 2 meters from the origin. So this is the initial position of the particle. Its velocity is u, moving along x-axis. Then in a given interval of time, it of course acceleration is constant. It goes up to b. Then what will be its distance measured from the origin? If you use this formula, that's not correct. For this case, I am telling. You are not supposed to use this formula for this case. That formula is to be modified. That is called analysis. So it is given in the problem that the particle is initially at a distance of 2 meters. Therefore, the new position, it's not displacement is not asked in this. The new position of the particle is asked. Therefore, how you have to calculate the new position with respect to the origin? It is x is equal to x naught plus ut plus half at square. Initial distance of the particle from the origin is x naught. The additional distance covered in the given interval of time t seconds is ut plus half at square. Therefore, the new distance of the particle from the origin is x is equal to x naught plus ut plus half at square. If you are asked displacement, then that formula is applicable. X minus x naught. Displacement is change of position with respect to time in a given direction. So x is the final position, x naught is the initial position. Displacement is change of position, means x minus x naught. This is nothing but ut plus half at square. How you are able to do all these things? With the analysis. So conceptual strength should be there, analytical ability will be there. Then you are given a problem. Initially, the position of the particle is 2 meters. It is having a speed of some 10 meters second inverse. It is uniformly accelerated by some 0.4 meters second to the power of -2. So what is the displacement in, what is the new position in 5 seconds? So how will you solve it? So we solve it. New position x is equal to x naught is 2 plus u t 10 into t 5 plus half into 0.4 into t square 25. So this is 0.2. 25 into 0.2 is nothing but 5. So 50 plus 2, 52 plus 5, answer will be, x will come out to be 57 meters. If it is displacement, x minus x naught, 57 minus 2, 55 meters. Unfortunately, because the competitive examinations is a process of filtration, around 15 to 20 lakh students will be appearing the JEE exam, out of that 30 to 40,000 students will get into top 10,000 students will get into IITs. Next, top 20 to 30,000 will get into IITs, NITs, ISERs, etc. Therefore, it's a process of filtration. Means the options will also confuse the students, many of the students. So if you're asked the new position with respect to the origin, the correct option is 57 meters. If you're asked the displacement, the correct option is 55 meters. Even the analysis will help you what formula is to be chosen. If you're asked new position, this is the formula to be used. If you're asked displacement, this is the formula to be used for displacement. This is the formula to be used for the distance of new position with respect to the reference point. So this conceptual clarity and analytical ability will only help you to do the problem. I picked out this relation because you are familiar with this. Now, please note it down. Maintain the notes daily, whatever we are doing, because recapitulation will become easier to the mind with the writing only. It will be stored in your hard disk of your mind if you write rather than just hearing and going. Don't feel bad because I am repeating it again and again. So keep writing the things. Yeah, I'm concluding this with two examples. We'll, of course, keep doing once we start the physics chapters. So just for the time being, to make you understand what is that CA square principle, I just explained you these two examples. Then, so far we finished definition of science and steps to be followed, the philosophy to be adapted, the principle to be used. Now, the wings of science, you know this. We have basic classification is, so far you have studied like this till 10th class, physical sciences, biological sciences. In CBSE stream, some of you may be from CBSE stream also. In CBSE stream, we have only single subject, science, which contains all the subjects. Whereas in ICSE, yeah, physics is separate, chemistry is separate, biology is separate. Now, the physical sciences are divided further into physics and chemistry. Then the biological sciences, life sciences. In our Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, it is divided into botany and zoology, but in CBSE and ICSE stream, it's a single subject biology, very bulky book. So this is subclassification is botany and zoology. So now let us try to define them. I focus more on my subject. It's not my concern to talk about other three subjects, but I'll just make a reference of it. So physics. If you look at the various branches, various topics in physics, first we'll start with measurement. Then we'll go for mechanics, which of course has got branches like kinematics, dynamics. Then in this dynamics, translational motion means along straight line, and rotational motion like the wing of a fan, charka wheel, giant wheel, merry-go-round, the rotating or spinning earth, moving rolling motion of a body, all these things will be dealt under dynamics. Then we have heat and thermodynamics. Yeah, these three we will be learning in 11th class. Then we have electricity. Electricity, of course, has got various branches like electrostatics, current electricity, electromagnetism, electromagnetic induction, and AC circuits. Magnetism also is a part and parcel of electromagnetism. So these are the various topics in electricity. Then we have so daily I am advising you people, once it is logged off, stay back. I will come back. Just I'll try to resume within few minutes. Don't go off. Many of you are skipping. So these classes are not for our revision. This is for you people who have just began your classes. So stay back. Don't go off. Till we go for paid app, it may take a few more days. Till that, you should be cooperating with us. So the next in 11th class only, we'll have these waves and oscillations. So here sound will come. Then we have optics. Then we have atoms, nuclei, semiconductors. Universe is there in the syllabus, but it's not included for JEE syllabus. So this is just skeleton picture, you can say. The skeleton picture of all the topics we are going to learn in physics. Now, just forget about this measurement. I'll refer it in the last. For the time being, let us not touch this. Mechanics talks about kinematics related to motion, dynamics, action of force, energy, and the cause of motion, the various parameters influencing, the various relations we come across whenever a body is moving along straight line, moving along a curved path, rotating bodies, revolving bodies, and so on. Then in rotational dynamics itself, even the gravitation will be added. Gravitation also is included in this. Next, waves and oscillations. They come under repetitive motions. We call it as periodic motion which occur again and again. Earth keeps on repeating its motion around sun in every 365 1/4 days. Earth spins. The spinning motion of Earth is repeated for every 24 hours. The clock, hands of the clock will be going on repeating their motion at regular intervals of time. Seconds hand repeats in 1 minute. Minutes hand repeats in 1 hour. Hours hand repeats in 12 hours. Don't say, sir, we don't have wall clocks now. We have only digital clocks. No, I'm talking about wall clocks. Wall clocks with these 3 hands. So I'm very careful in my words. Follow me. Then we also have properties of matter. This also will come under mechanics only. Then heat and thermodynamics, electricity, optics, atoms, nucleus, semiconductor devices. So if you carefully observe all these things, you're going to generalize and conclude that you will be talking about the mass. You will be also talking about energy. You will be also talking about transformations of mass to energy and energy to mass. Have you copied this? All of you, have you copied? Gauhar, Akhil, Raviteja.
Sir.
I'm asking, are you copying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shall we go to next?
Yes.
Okay. So I said physics deals with mass, it deals with energy, and it also deals with transformation of matter to energy or energy to matter also. And it also talks about energy to energy. So now please note down the definition. Note down the definition of physics, please. Our subject. Physics is defined as Akhil, Raviteja, Gauhar, Praveen. Note down the definition. Physics is defined as the study of. Physics is defined as the study of the mass, comma, energy and its different forms. Physics is defined as the study of mass, comma, energy and its different forms, and transformation of matter to energy or energy to matter or energy to energy. I repeat, physics is the study of mass, comma, energy and its different forms, and transformation of matter to energy, energy to matter, comma, energy to energy. This is the definition of physics. I don't know whether you have heard it or not, but this is the most appropriate and suitable definition to physics, which you are going to learn exhaustively in these 2 years. All those who are opting to become engineers, physics will never leave you. If you are good in physics, you will become the good engineer. I repeat, if you are good in physics, you will become a good engineer. You will understand once you enter your engineering profession, because all branches of engineering are the direct applications of physics. So the technology is the product of mostly physics when compared with other branches. Yeah, I will resume back. Don't run away.